Yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 156 of Splinterlands 101. Joining us again, co-hosts of the show, finest gentleman who ever lived, Matt Clark.
Howdy, howdy.
Finest gentleman who ever lived and chairman of the DAO, Matt Clark.
Mm-hmm.
The man behind the Pouffet Poussey, Geotrix.
Very good to be here, ladies and gentlemen.
And joining us on the show tonight from the Drop Bears Guild, previous guest on the show and member of Hive Australia, Bling It.
Hi everyone. It's good to be back again.
Good to have you back again. So yeah, we've been making a bit of a deal on the show about opening chests, especially Gladius Cases, things like that. Jer and I are both saving up for 200, or maybe we should go. 200 is the maximum, isn't it? Yeah, that you can open in one.
I think so. I don't know if they've changed the values on that.
I think if we went for 250 and we made like 500, that would be pretty epic. But at least 400. We're going to do an episode opening 400 Gladius cases, so we're saving up our cases for that. But Sarah mentioned she's got 168 Gladius cases. So it's like, hey, come on the show and open. Don't just open them at home by yourself. Come on the show and open them.
Yeah.
Gio mentioned. Come and do them on the show. Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you've had the patience to wait, then why not?
Yeah.
And I've got about 300 and something glint to spend from EOS. Yeah. What about you, Gio? I'm guessing. Did you manage to hold on to your glint, or is it too many days?
Too many days. I have spent my glint, but I'm building. Okay, so because Splinterlands came second in some card ranking Web3 stuff.
Yeah.
I actually in a while I've actually rented SPS again because I know we're going to get extra glint. So I was like, I want to take advantage of that. So I've rented. I've rented.
Well done.
Yeah, I just want to take advantage of that. So I'll build it up a lot quicker now. At least for this stint, this fortnight.
Yeah.
Is it just the glint that's increased, or are we getting more SPS as well?
Nah, it's just glint.
It is just glint. All right.
Yeah.
My SPS has remained fairly stable, but the glint's increased by a good bit. Yeah, good job renting some SPS for that, because you'll get that back in cards and well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
I know you're onto it.
I have like 315,000 glint to spend, so I'm happy to do that here and now today.
All right.
Just playing manually. I've been obsessed with Ufka. I know she's an expensive card with vouchers and the like, because I get heaps of vouchers and I'm still just throwing them all at her and slowly making my way there. But that the amount of times that I've had her killed and she's poisoned the attacker, it's really hard to get. Somebody like Jared Scar, that type of, like, someone that you're really scared of. Her with Lily Shieldpaw summoning, she'll get killed, she'll poison the attacker, and either of the people, either side, have a 50-50. But to then knowing that she could be resurrected and then poison again, that's just like so delicious. I've been even mucking around with like Spirit Druid Grog to give her resurrect. But I'm thinking, well, then I could have resurrected her 3 times and really doused that back row in poison. So there's just something I love about that it ties in well with my survival plays that I like to do with like Cube and that type of thing. So yeah, just really obsessed with Ulfgar at the moment and trying to push all my chips into like maxing her as soon as possible, because it's just brutal, and there's not many out there, right? So it's going to be the kind of play that people aren't expecting.
Shock value.
Not a card I can afford at the moment.
Before we go much further, Happy New Year to everyone. 2025. Yes.
Thank you.
Year of the Splinterlands, I hope. I think we're gearing up for a big year.
Yes.
It's definitely a new year. Definitely a new year.
Yeah.
And I've got, my wife is in Ireland at the moment.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
So I'm batching it here with the boys, and Evelyn's off having sleepovers, and the kids are all darting which way and the other. But yeah, for 3 weeks I'm batching it here in Adelaide, and Amanda's London, Ireland, then off to Paris for a bit. So she's on a big trip and having fun. So she was sipping Guinness in an Irish pub last night and sending me photos. So wishing her all the best.
What was the reasoning behind the choice
of Europe?
Well, yeah, big world. Why Ireland?
Oh, yeah, no. So she got tapped on the shoulder to chaperone a niece of ours. So she's part of a demonstration of Aussie rules. So they're travelling as a big part of a team.
Right.
But because she's quite young, they needed somebody to go with her. So they asked Amanda to go and do it. And she said, "Yeah, sure. If you want to, if you want to meet me halfway on the bill, then I'm happy to, So yeah, Amanda's having a good fun time over in Europe and hanging out with her niece, and they're all doing footy. She loves footy anyway, so
yeah.
But yeah, she also loves Guinness apparently.
And then Matt's holding the fort at home. Nice.
Yes, look, it's school holidays. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit of a wild place anyway. The kids are just kind of picking their bedtime.
Can't see paint on the walls behind you or like clothes.
No, there's nothing there.
Right.
I did. I've started to unpack the Christmas decorations, so you might notice the lights have been taken down off the.
Yeah, that's right. They
off
were
the
up
paintings
there.
here. Yeah.
That's cool, Matt.
Yeah. So
a little bit of time apart, not so bad. She comes back happier. You come back.
Yeah.
Refreshed, Yeah.
I do miss her. I do miss her. So.
Of course.
And anything else for anyone else? Just anything interesting over Christmas, New Year's?
Oh, nothing too fancy. We're off to New Zealand though next week.
What's happening in which part of New Zealand?
I'm going to Christchurch to see my parents.
I didn't know you. So is that where you originate from?
No, I was Wellington.
Wellington.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. They moved down there about a year and a half ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't cold enough in Wellington.
Well, they were in Queensland, so they were desperate to get anywhere out of Queensland. So yeah.
And everyone's traveling.
Yeah. It's first time for my kids on the plane. Oh my God, can you hear her singing in the background?
No.
Okay. No.
So glad.
No.
Yeah. My 10-year-old singing to the biggest pop songs. It's just top of the lungs. Yeah.
The noise cancellation is working wonders on your end.
Yeah. Now, if I get this right, Blingit is a reference to the sequins on different ballet dance outfits. So you're totally immersed in the little girl tutu sort of world.
Yeah. It's all ballet.
Honey boo boo.
No, it's all about you can see, and then
what I want.
Because I
I do what I want.
Yeah.
Honey boo boo.
What's that?
You paint them.
Paint, as in art paint.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm with you.
Yeah. So anything that's just creative, painting and sequins and stones and ballet, and we spend most of our life at ballet, which is pretty much it's a bit of a strange combination, Splinterlands and ballet, but hey, whatever.
It's a dance, It's a dance.
That's the way it goes. It's all creative, I guess,
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed about parenthood, and this wouldn't have dawned on Geo yet, but one thing I've noticed is when I was a kid, it seemed like I was a kid for 100 years, right? And just my childhood was just this big, long thing. But now looking at it, I'm I feel like I had my babies 10 minutes ago. And now I got one's about to turn 15, the oldest about to turn 15. And it's actually, that parenthood window is so short comparatively. And in a way that almost lets you knuckle down and hit the sewing machine and sew on sequins and the like, because it's, it's not forever. It's only this brief window that we have with them while they're little, and then I think what's going to happen when they move out, the whole empty nest thing.
Yeah, mine are a smidgen younger than that, but still, I look at my little one who's 5 now, and she still loves opening her chests on her account, but anyway, and I just look at her and she's just walking around like this little grown up girl, and I'm like, what happened to the little baby? She's walking around going, oh my God. Can I put the makeup on, Mum? I'm like, oh God.
I actually spoke about that with Steph yesterday. Ava's nearly 7, and I'm having a time crisis at the moment.
7?
Wow.
Yeah, well, she's about to turn. Wait, six. It's six. No, it's 7 this year, I think. I know, Bob. I know. Something's up. It's not right. It's not okay. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I'm having a time crisis. You know, people have midlife crises. I'm having a time crisis right now, man. I don't get it.
Wow. That's
I just
crazy.
thought I'd also declare that this is actually Powerade, not like cocktails.
It's okay.
Looks suspiciously like creme de menthe to me. Yeah.
Green.
That's one way to let people
Romulan
believe.
ale. It's Romulan ale.
Romulan ale.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I blow in my tawny port every now and then just so it looks like it's coffee.
I saw that online, like on a work meeting, just blowing your coffee. It's actually port. Yeah, it's a good plan. Yeah.
I feel like an espresso martini.
Yeah.
Getting back to the bling it, I always thought bling it was references in like bring the bling, bring it.
Yes.
You know, put on all the bling. You
know, kind of a mixture. Bling it. You know, like put bling on it, make it exciting, fancy it up. I don't know. Just
or like Bob's. Yeah, it's like bling it.
Well, you can change it to that if you want. I don't care.
Can be interpreted in many.
It's just been a handle for a while. It's bling it, so that's where we've been with that. So yeah. It's always good fun.
Bling IT.
Yeah.
I have 10 Rebellion packs because I was as a Christmas gift from the Splinterlands team because I've been moderating in Discord. So I can do that. I can contribute there while we're at doing stuff.
Did anyone else participate in the New Year's Eve tourney?
No, I didn't even know there was one.
Okay.
And even if there was, I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, I didn't make it to round two. To make it through to round 2, you had to be in the top 123, and I was like 294.
Only 100 and something away.
Yeah. But it was a ghost tournament, so it was fun.
Yeah, like KYC. Yeah.
So it was fun pulling out the big guns and playing with cards that I've never used before. But severely pained. And Sarah, you've been buying up land. Like it's
don't know if you want me to talk a little bit about that. I've been doing quite a lot of work in the in Peak Monsters and figuring out where all the land's moving and stuff at the moment. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the land market at the moment. A lot of people that are buying. There are some people who are selling, like pissed off, sold out, whatever it is. But a lot of people also selling are just changing plots around as well. And there's a lot of stuff going on behind the market, and a lot of people doing swapsies in the market.
Just people trying to consolidate to get all their stuff in the same region.
Yeah. So there's quite a few people over in the channel at the moment who are just like, hey, I've got 5 here, you've got 5 there. Can we just do a little bit of a swapsy sort of kind of a thing? And there's a lot of stuff moving around in there. And the floor price of grain plots is still rising, and we hit kind of a little bit of a bottom with the land prices, maybe 4 weeks or so before Christmas, 5 weeks before Christmas, and I picked up quite a few things around that $10-11 mark for a plot. I know, and I got quite a few things. I missed out on a few things, and I was like, put some fiat in, went and got a couple of plots, and then stupidly went over to the land board and said, hey guys, there's a whole heap of stuff that's just dropped, come in and get it. And before I went to get back, a couple of the guys like, done, and I'm like like, so there's a lot of movement in there with those. So
it's like on the show when we discover something or whatever, it's like, okay, we've talked about it on the show. We need to quickly go and do this ourselves before this video comes out.
Yeah. Well, there were some magic plots that I wanted yesterday, and I was like, oh, maybe I could buy them on the show. You know what I mean? Like, go in and get them. That would be quite cool or whatever it is. And there was like 15 of them in one area. They were been there for a couple of days, and I'd been having my eye on them and stuff like that. And woke up this morning and they're gone, all of them. So the floor price for magical lands is definitely rising. certainly, over the last 3 months, and gone. I originally was sort of looking at a couple around that $17 to $26 kind of a mark for a magical plot somewhere, and now the only ones you can get on Peak Monsters today, because I've had a look, is like $30, and that's for the very basic, no building in a box, no cleared, no totems or anything like that. So they're up to $30, $35, $42. I'd have to spend $42 to $50 to get a piece of magical land that I want, whereas a few weeks ago I was looking at 22 to 26, and so there's definitely like movement going around. And
well, you got to think too, like for somebody who wants to buy land, it needs to be put up for sale by somebody who has it, right? There's no new land getting made. And so you got to think, well, who's going to sell who's didn't selling? Already sell 3 months ago, 2 months ago, right? Who's going to, like, either you're in it for the long run, or you're kind of meh about the price and I can't be bothered, and you dumped it on the market 2 months ago. Who's going to wake up today and go, oh, look, these plots are really starting to turn around now, but I won't hang around for a potential bull run. I'll just dump them on the market. Now, who's going to sell, right? So you think, well, without sellers, what are the buyers going to do? They just have to keep bidding up the price. So I think land's got a lot of upside potential at the moment. So you'll be happy in the years to come that you made these decisions, I'm sure.
I hope so. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, it can't really drop that much more than it is, because the deck price that you need to put on a piece of land, like the background price of everything, unless they turn around and suddenly say, hey, you only need 1,000 deck to put on, like to stake it, which they're not going to do. They're not going to change those prices of the deck needed for the land staking, because that would just shake down everything. It'd be awful. You couldn't do that. But there's not, like the deck is expensive, whereas a $10 price, or $11 or $12 as it might be now, even it's actually getting up to $15 for a common piece of natural, land at the moment. Certainly if you want a building in a box or a totem on it, you're looking at $15 to $17. For anything that's relatively decent. You go and put $50 worth of DC on that, then you've got to get some cards. So the price of the land, it can't really drop too much more than that, because of the value that needs to be added on top of it, with all the DC and the cards and stuff like that. So I don't know. I've bought it. We'll see how we go. And if it, I've got it now. So I'm up to like 66 or something from my queue.
66 plots. Are they spread around, or that you got most? They are. Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
Are you trying to consolidate for transferring grain, or?
Yeah, I am. So I've done some out of the market deals with a couple of people who own a lot of land, and I've bought some of their land, and they very nicely cleared that for me, and it was really nice. And they just sent through the land, and I just exchanged some deck for that, and it was all really nice and easy.
Yeah.
And at the moment in the channel, there's a few of us that are like swapping things around just to try and get things where they need to be. But I picked up on the market, things that were cheap, whether I sell them later and then buy or consolidate into another region or whatever it is and just move things around. I've got them because they were grain plots, and I bought them for $12 for a grain plot. And the floor price, you can't get grain plots at the moment. They're really, really challenging to get anything, certainly common, under 17. I don't know. I can pull up all the prices. I've got them all open on a tab somewhere. If you guys wanted to have a look or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, so I've bought them just because they're in different areas, and they're what I wanted, what I needed, and we'll see how we go. So I am a little bit worried about the transfer fees, but we'll see.
You're going to share your screen?
Oh, I can do, yeah. How do I?
Green button down the bottom.
That's right. So there's all sorts of things that are open on there. I don't want to accidentally pull up the wrong ones. I think if we go to Splinterlands, let's just try that. Is that showing a Splinterlands screen?
Yes, it's got your packs.
It is
there.
Okay, hang on. I just need to move the little buttons and stuff like that. So yeah, over in that's my land there at the moment in Peak Monsters. So I've got, you can see there quite a few, like in lots of areas. I'm sort of seeming to be consolidating over here in Wild Northeast. So Phylexia, I've got a few, and then these are the ones I've got from Bribro in Spubia. And then these are in Westerborough, probably like my most highly powered sort of kind of plots with monsters and stuff on them. But over in the marketplace, if you have a bit of a squizzy over here, I'll just move that out of the way. There's 2,300 plots for sale on the marketplace at the moment. And these ones have just popped up here this morning, these $11 ones. But again, they're not cleared. They have a building in a box, and they're in an area that I do like in Phylexia. They're probably not too bad to get. But to get anything that is cleared, if you're just coming down the prices at the moment, all of these aren't cleared. These only have got building in a box. And these are cleared here. The ones in Yumbra, but they don't have a building in a box. And I really would want one of those. I think anyone getting a piece of land now who hasn't had any, you should get it cleared with a building in a box. Just to make things easier, but you still, there's nothing here that is cleared with a building in a box. These ones here have both of those, and you could clear them, and they're good. But there's just nothing left there anymore. Like I was getting them at $9 to $11 for a few of the ones that I got. Sometimes going to the rares can be good because if you go and get a rare plot, if you think about it as a common plot with a $5.50 totem on it. So if you add, like if you're going to get a common plot and put a $5.50 totem on it for that 10% bonus, or you get a rare plot. So sometimes I'll then look into the rares to see if there's a cheap rare that's cleared with a building in a box to get that. So that's a good little tip. If you're looking for a cheap plot of land, it might be better to have a look at the rares and get one that's cleared with a building in a box, which there's none here at the moment until you get to about $17 here for these ones. And then the magical prices. So earlier on today, there were quite a few here, about $25, $26 that were cleared with a building in a box and a totem, and they've all gone. They've all just gone. So they were in this area here. And to get one that's cleared, to start getting ones that are cleared and stuff, you're looking at $40, $43 for a magical plot. So so that's kind of like the prices and stuff to do with the land at the moment, and they're moving. There are still some people who are putting them on the market who are just like, done, whatever it is, but not many. Most people are moving them around because, hey, I want to sell these ones and buy these ones.
It's been a while since I bought my land. What's involved again with clearing?
So when you get the land, so like say these ones here that are not cleared, you have to put monsters on them, and it might take 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
And we use the time crystals to bypass.
We use the time crystals to speed that up. Yeah, and then at the end of that, you have to pay a chunk of grain. Although the grain price is a lot more affordable than it was obviously back then, and it would only cost a very small amount for you to buy that grain in order to clear your land. Whereas it was quite expensive back when we first started. So yeah, and then once you've cleared it, then you can put your monsters on, or your monsters stay on there, and then they start making grain rather than just spending it to clear the land.
Yeah.
But it just takes, for a new player, if you were a fresh player, didn't have much, you were going to buy a couple of pieces of land, it would definitely be better to get it cleared, and I think you definitely want that building in a box.
Yeah.
When it's 1.75 that we get those, I think, isn't it, Matt? The building in the box gets used.
You muted, Matt.
Yeah, cheers. I think it's actually 2.0. As far as I'm aware, 1.75 is when we add grain, stone, and the like. Yeah. But I think the
actual buildings.
Sorry, we've got grain. We're adding wood, stone, and maybe iron ore. So I think the buildings are going to be in the next iteration. I think these current new resources are going to be just harvested at the same sort of hut level that we've got.
To the liquidity pools and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's right. Are you planning to move on the liquidity pools?
Me?
Yeah. Are you throwing stuff into grain and DEC pool at the moment?
Yeah, I have now. After our little chat about a week or so before Christmas or whatever it was. So yeah, I've put some into the not very much. I've got a little bit in the grain DC liquidity pool, and then I did the was it SBS and Hive?
Swap Hive? Yeah, I'm in there too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I threw a couple into the vouchers one too. I don't know why, but I did. But yeah, no, I put a little bit into the grain DEC pool.
It's worth doing just to do it, just so you know you can do it, you know how it
Yeah.
works. It's like anyone
Yeah.
who's getting into crypto. Having it all up in your head as a concept is all well and good, but it's not until you actually do a transaction you go, wow, I just did it. And there's something about the permissionlessness of it that you just sort of just hits home. So, like I say, with any of this stuff, just give it a try. Buy one plot, go into one pool, even if it's only a small amount.
Yeah, and I think that, if you're going to buy one plot as a new, someone who's not done land before, that it would probably be a good idea to get one with that, because when it does drop and you need to build a building, you're going to have to go and buy those other resources to build your building. You're going to need the wood or the stone or the extra, whatever it is. But if you've got that little bit of hey, there it is, it's all ready to go. I've been really trying to make sure that the plots that I've got have got that, like, just in case, particularly if it doesn't cost any extra, like to get those.
Yeah, and the more plots you have, the more important that is, right? Because you want to get them all up and running nice and quick. You don't want to have this big bill for 70 different plots that all need buildings on them. So yeah, no, good call for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried though about the the cost to maintain those plots when land comes out in proper form. But that's future Sarah problem. That's our future problem. Yeah.
Do you have enough monsters for your 60 plus plots?
No, we're getting there. At the moment, for the first time, I've actually rented some monsters last week just to put on some of the plots, because I'm getting a bit worried about the research. I was talking to Matt about this the other day as well, that at the moment we're farming grain and it's cheap to buy. If I want to go and buy 3 million, 10 million grain, I can just go and for 2,000 deck or something and just go and bang, and there's a huge chunk of grain, but I can't buy research. And when research switches to keep and castle only, I can't get that. I don't have a keep, I don't have a castle. If I ever want research in my account in the future, the only time I'm going to be able to do it is to either make it now or buy it later. So I'm like, grain's cheap, research I can't buy. Research in the future might be expensive, so I don't know how it's going to work. So I've just been focusing a little bit now on trying to get some decent PP in behind some research plots, and I've pulled back off the grain, and I've started to climb up that those rankings in their research, just to try and get a bit in there, because I think I'm was at 187 for the most amount of grain in Pretoria, but I was like 446 or something, 480 or something for research. So I've just started to power into research, and I've got up to like 430 or something like that. I think I am at the moment, just trying to chalk out a little bit more, and then see how we go. Buy the grain to deal with that, because it's not very expensive. Like, what's $5 worth of grain to fund that? And then I've rented maybe $5 worth of really fancy monsters to put on some of those plots, just to bump the PP, and basically buying research with some grain and rented monsters.
Where are you buying?
The joy too of, sorry guys, the joy too of having a lot of plots is that if you find in future you're too heavy on wood and not enough on grain, you can move your monsters around if you need to. You don't need to necessarily buy and sell plots. You can change focus while keeping the same. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
And that's exactly what I was thinking as well, particularly with the desalinization and all those kinds of things that are going on. What some regions might be better to be working in than others. So I'm not actually super keen to cancel out, whole areas at the moment. Like, regions may be squashed in, but not, I want to make sure I've got some in Wild Northeast, some in Great Lowlands, some in, Fire, just to make sure in case one of those regions becomes really necessary.
All right. So before we move on to, we've got a lot of chests to open and packs to open and things. Where are you buying your grain from at the moment, Sarah?
Just from the Splinterlands trade hub. If I can, I'll reshare and I'll quickly show if you like.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So just in, let me just clear all that out the way. So if you come to the main page here, I get mine you can get it from the trade hub here, and it's super cheap. So if I was to 1,000 DC, so like $1, you get 163,000 grain there. So if you can just go and put that into, say, this area here, and then just hit swap. and then my balance and Swivia goes up to that. So it's quite an easy process to move
That's
that around.
super easy.
I don't know if there's a better spot for that. However, it's not very expensive. And if you were to get an uncleared plot, it's not the cost of the grain. If you are buying a new plot, that's the problem. It's the time that it would take you to actually clear that with not very fancy monsters.
Yeah, and
That
that's
would
where
be my issue.
Time crystals are pretty much a saver for that then.
Yeah. However, they're quite expensive.
Really?
So, well, for what you might need it for, yeah. Like it would be easier just to get a clear plot from the marketplace.
Okay.
I don't know. My recommendation would be that. But
yeah,
if you don't have that, then definitely just go for that building in a box, because I reckon that's going to be your best bet for later on.
Yeah.
If you can possibly find one that's got that's uncleared, that would be my would be my recommendation with the plots.
Alrighty.
And then yeah, so that would be that one. And then obviously else in here, you can go and check all your rankings and stuff like in the everything in here, so you can go and see who's in your area, and that's something else that I've been doing a little bit to do with, just to see with who is everywhere, just to see, because I am getting a little bit just keeping an eye on who's where, because when we come to the point where salt and stuff starts getting involved and we need to start putting in things into the land and stuff like that. I don't know what your take is on that, Matt. I think being in some areas where there's and people who are really still involved in the game has got a degree of benefit. I don't know what you think about that.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm in a different situation because my regions just have me in them. So it's up to me what happens with salt and the like. So I'm not reliant on other people. But then by the same token, I might only have 10 plots out of 1,000. Do I need to desalinate 1,000 plots? Will it apply to uncleared plots? Or there's so much up in the air still. So, but no, definitely get what you're saying. You really want to be in an active region. Hopefully, with the liquidity of land and prices moving up, people who don't want to be involved will sell up to people who do. Right? That's you want to have neighbours that are engaged. But there are the situations. There's a guy who died. I know a player who died, and his keys were lost. So there are plots out there that will just never be anything, right? So hopefully that's taken into account when the whole salt thing is really nailed down. But yeah, absolutely right to keep an eye on who your neighbours are, how active they are, how committed they are, how deep their pockets are, what their plans and intentions are. This is when communication really matters.
Well, that's why when this one of the players said to me, "Hey, do you who wants to buy plots? I'm not putting them on the marketplace, but I'll sell them to people who want to come in and give me some taxes for my land. And I plan on being active and involved in this community, and we'll just work around there." So I was like, "Yep." So that was that. But yeah, there's a lot of those things coming into play, and I'm just trying to keep little eyes on where everything's going. And do I need those magical plots, which is what I was going to try and buy on channel today, but I can't because someone else bought them last night when I wasn't there.
You mentioned that 3 times now. It's really a sore point, isn't it?
Yeah,
I get it.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So land surfing would have solved a lot of those problems with vacant plots and the like. So hopefully that idea gets revisited somewhere down the track. I know it's been on the, it's basically been put to bed so far. But if it's a good idea, it comes back in time. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I think everything will all sort of move around as long as it all comes out right, and the value for what we've put into the land comes back out in the end. And I think it's still such early days with all of that, and everyone that's having a right whinge about it, it's like, well, just come and settle down. It's still so early, we're not there yet. I just think there's a lot of promise and a lot of future in there, and it just needs to kind of settle down and work its way out. We've just decided that it's going to storm here, so I hope I don't lose internet.
All right. I see Roaring 20s is holding 2 and 3 there.
Yes. Yeah, they're like I say, it's for the serious investors. So yeah, you'll see Roaring 20s a lot when you start clicking around leaderboards, that's for sure.
Yeah. Big difference though between the number 1 and number 2 position. Huge. 57,000 to 12,000. So 1 to 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's millions, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Millions. Yep. Yep. That is, yeah, that's over all in that's all the areas. And I don't know if you know Bob there, but you can actually go through and actually click on each place there as well. Is my screen still being shared, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you can click on each region and see, you know, who's where, you know, like in each region and what they've got. It's quite interesting to go through and see. So it means that you can go in and check on your specific regions and see who else is in your region and where they are in the rankings for stuff, which is interesting.
Yeah.
How are yours going, Matt? What's happening with your lands? Do you want to talk about that, or is that just forgotten about that?
No, I just go in and harvest every 3 or 4 days. I'm out at like 2 million research, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And yeah, just moving. I put another 1 million grain into the pool yesterday. I've been moving hard on the SPS.swap hive pool, so I'm at 1.7% of that. But yeah, just moving things around and getting obsessed with Ulfgar, as I mentioned earlier. Just sort of, it's so hard because you pulled in so many different directions all at once. Like, you know, what's a greedy treat for me? Like Ulfgar, what's good for, you know, a baseline, like a good financial or economic decision. There's so many different ways to go with it. So yeah, I've not done much at all with land. Anytime I get the DEC, I seem to be spending it on on other things like vouchers to get more Ulfgar BCX. But yeah, so it's just every now and then I'll go and have a look at my A plot, you know, which is the best to bring online now. And add that. But yeah, I'm getting more SPS from staking rewards on my staked SPS and also from the pool. So SPS hasn't been a focus on land. It's really just been research for me. And
I don't have a single SPS plot.
Yeah, and grain. So yeah, well, look, we'll see what happens. We've been talking a bit in Discord, a few different people, and saying we're tracking the Chaos Legion price moving up because that's a source of DEC, right? Cheap Chaos Legion is a source of DEC because you can buy the packs and burn. When that no longer is competitive, and then it becomes cheaper to start burning SPS for DEC than burning Chaos Legion. Then that's when we really start to see some price movement. So I do recommend everybody stock up on SPS. It's just for me, my kind of like my bags are full, right? We moon. I'm good. But if you don't already have a ton of SPS, that's still definitely the baseline. That's what you should be grabbing.
Yeah, I've only just cracked that 116K. I think I'm at.
Tidy.
Yeah, hopefully. But then the kids have got some too, so on their accounts. So there's, you know, like 20K there and 20K there, and then as our husband obviously has. So when people say I play a few accounts, I do because they're the children's and stuff. But yeah, just collecting that. That's why I rent the SBS. Like I was saying to you, Gio, just before we started, that renting that SBS to get the glint, but you also got the SBS from renting the SBS. So you're kind of like buying for your $3, $4, $5 worth of SBS that you rent, whatever it might be. You end up getting cards. You end up getting glint, to buy the cards, and then you end up getting SBS back as well. So kind of, it's like a bit of a gamble into just getting some stuff. So yeah.
All right, should we open some Gladius cases then?
Yes. Let's do that.
All right.
Oh, do you want me to start, or?
Yeah, you're the only one because Gio and I are saving up our cases for the 200.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so it's these ones. I don't want to open them. I do have more Chaos Legion packs, but they're all sitting over on Hive. Oh, hey. The Ava in the background there. Hey, Ava. Open. So we want to do this one. Let's see. Yes, it will let me open hopefully that many at once.
Yeah.
Because last time I did this, I think I only had like about 80, and I was like, well, let's see what we can get to, and then crack it. Oh, look, there's a
Cora.
Yeah, I've got quite a few of those. All right, let's see what we end up with. It was a Cora too. Oh, and a legendary coming up. Oh, I've got that one already. A couple of them. Some golds. That's good. Another legendary. Just what I need. And another one. Wow.
This is a good pull.
Wow. Excellent. Yeah. Cracking.
Those golds. Yeah.
Yep. Not bad. I'll take that. So that is a few. So what did I end up with? Quite a few gold foils and quite a few legendaries as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 legendaries. No gold foil legendaries, which would be more helpful for my gold foil brawls, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Quite a few Coras and yep.
It's worth opening a bunch at once, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Marisol and the whatever it is, the Cleaver one there. So that's pretty good. Okay, awesome. I know it doesn't look like very many because it's, so many have opened all at once, but yeah.
And a lot of them are combined, like there's 61 Katrobas right there.
Yeah, there's 61 Katrobas, yeah. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh,
are you getting close to maxing any Gladius cards?
No, not the. I don't know about the Gladius. I mean, obviously, I've got the rewards cards. Matt was looking at the other day. I've got most of those. I've just got a few holes to fill there. I don't know about that.
Oh, have you already maxed your commons?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Wow.
and 77 left over.
Yeah.
132.
Yeah.
How?
And then the rares.
Your rares close as well.
So they're very, very close with them. So there's only there's only a few left on a few of those. So there's only a few left here and a few left here to actually do. Epics are pretty good too. Like there's a lot of 6s there. And the ones that are 5s, I only need a couple extra to go. And then the legendaries are a little bit behind.
Yeah, same. How's the epics looking?
Decent. That's the epics there. Yeah.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah, so the ones that are 5, like there's only a couple, like I only need like one more BCX, to do that. So they're pretty close.
You're more further along than I am. That's insane.
I've
basically there.
Rented a lot of SBS in order to get the glint, and then just been really careful with what I've bought in the shop just to really make that stretch like as long as I can. I think that's probably where I am. Does someone else want to open something? I don't know about where I am. Yeah, I'm not really that far along with those.
Bob, I sent in Discord a link to. I opened those 10 Rebellion packs a minute ago.
Okay.
In the break, do you want to pull that up and we'll have a look at that?
Yeah.
Do I need to stop screen sharing, or can you?
Yeah, I can turn it off if you like.
Yep, cool.
All right.
Oh, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Everyone
can see there 10 Rebellion packs.
I've had so little engagement with Rebellion, I'll likely not even recognise a lot of these cards.
I've never seen this animation before. This is the first time I've seen the Rebellion animation.
It's just the Thanalorian Archer I maxed pretty early, and there's a few others I've got like here and there, but yeah, I've not moved heavily on Rebellion. I kept thinking I'll wait until the card really jumps out at me. That's something that will synchronise with what plays that I use, but there's only been a couple of times that's happened. So
I really liked many of the Rebellion cards, to be fair. I don't know, there's just not many there that have just... I use Endless 8 and the Fenmore Horn sometimes, but...
With me, I don't actually understand how to use some of the new abilities, so that's probably why none of them have popped out at me. I just don't know how to implement it or use them properly.
Yeah.
Or where, like, I don't see where could be used, but obviously there's plays because they're important. The ones who are topping the charts have Rebellion maxed out, right?
They do, yeah. You're right, not wrong there at all, Gio.
Yeah.
I'm getting concerned about that, but I missed it, you know what I mean? Like we thought like Chaos Legion that it would get cheap when the packs were opened, but it hasn't.
No. It's because
and you wonder how long there's going to be like reasonably priced Rebellion cards loose on the market too.
I do. I bought a summoner the other day, a gold foil summoner max, because I'm just getting concerned that I'm just not going to have the summoners for my brawls. So I bought a couple of things, but I just don't even know what to buy. Like I don't even know these cards well enough to know, hey, I definitely need to spend $30 to get that card.
Yeah, true. Thanks for that, Bob. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. I got a legendary and a couple of other cool looking. I do like the art for Rebellion.
Yeah, it's getting, I think, more mature slowly. Like it's starting to, it's starting to go in the direction of more of that, I don't know, surrealism look, I guess, which I like personally. I think the more real the cards look, just the better they look. So that's just my take.
Yeah. No, agreed.
Yeah, so we've got one legendary, a couple of gold foils there. All right,
not too bad.
No, it's good. Yeah, I've not played that Kai, whatever it is. I don't have it, so
that's a good card. I see people talking about it.
Good.
Use it a lot. Yeah,
I haven't got into the Rebellion at all. I just left it too late on that pack.
But in the future, if you ever want to know what's good, just if you check out like the win rates and all that, like the ratios and all that, you'll just know like if they're over like 60% win rate, like it's ridiculously good, right?
Where are you looking those details up, Gio?
Oh, I forget, but I think Keo had, I don't know if it's updated, but Keo,
I think it's updated.
There's the Xbot app. I don't know if you have, I don't know if it's I haven't followed on for a long time, but there's places.
Yeah, I did have a look through the app the other day just to have a look for those, just to see, I don't even know what cards I need to get because they've just not really jumped out at me, like I love my Chaos Legion and they've just, but
that's what, if you have those stats up, like you don't need to do the thinking, like you don't need to piece anything together, like it's literally like people's place and the bots that are refining things and that gives you the data that if you have that data, that's what you need, right? That's the most important part, I think.
Yeah. And Matt, you have some glint to spend as well?
Yeah, I do. Let me shop rewards. I'll share screen. Brave tab, Splinterlands, share. All right. Yeah, 300k. Gee, legendaries are epics. So just blow the whole lot on legendaries? Yes, I should. 315, and I have 350. Look at that. The maths is mathing. How can I not get 9 legendaries? Oof. Everybody's going to shake. This is great. I love it.
Yeah.
Endless Gibbon. I always read that as Gibson. All right. I'll take a gold. I'll take a gold legendary. Thank you very much. I've already maxed him.
Oh, really? Have you been buying legendaries versus the other ones?
No, I just happened to. Yeah, I've been buying legendaries and epics. Like I've focused on the top end. Okay, a couple of surly drunks. That's handy. Yeah. These 1 mana cards, though, they're really, really handy. Just like that extra 1 mana. So often it makes the difference. Especially he gets 2. Oh, look at that! Two gold endless gibbons.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Wow.
That's
I think the game really wants me to investigate using endless gibbon more.
Apparently.
I've not really looked at him much. He's just one of those cards. But this one I've liked from the start because he gets a max. He's doing 2 sniper damage for 1 1 mana, which is
1 mana, yeah.
That's a crazy screen right
insane,
there.
right? Like, who doesn't
Yeah.
want that? Yeah, 2 gold endless gibbons.
Do you
Yeah.
want to show us
Yeah.
your cards and see what they see what you've got, or which one do you like the best? Which of these do you actually
Well, that Jinx, I think maybe I bought like 1 or 2 off the market to get him up to max. I don't remember now.
yeah.
But if we go, the Rebellion rewards, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just
I'll just trim it down to legendary. Let's look at Endless Gibbon's stats because there's only 1 mana. Obviously, his stats don't improve a great deal. But just like the Jinx, at max level, he moves up to 2 damage. At max level,
No.
yeah, okay. But 1 mana, that's the thing. Like, how often do you have 1 mana left over?
just a tiny gap, just that.
Just to fill it. If you can do 2 damage, especially if it's like a Persibolus team or something like that, where you've also loaded up, say, Inspire to do extra melee damage.
Mhm.
So, but the where's the? It's weird. Where's the Blackmore Jinx gone?
Just down on the left, down.
He was in there, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he. Yeah, okay, there he is. So him I like, and obviously Olivia I used to death. Who else did I get there? Surly Drunk, I think, has some potential now. He might be the same. Gets the second damage at max level.
Yeah.
So no, just plodding, right? Like, that's what we do, isn't it? We just plod. Stats for him.
I play Commander Slade a little bit because I'm a bit of a water player, but I've got cards in CL that kind of match him. But once that goes, he's probably going to have to end up filling some gaps.
Yep.
So
that's me.
With Persibolus, if you're playing the water, you put Commander Slade up front, put Coastal Sentry behind him, and have your Swamp Spitter somewhere in the back line. It's a pretty strong team. Yeah. All right.
I like my water teams. His Overback. My kids are still dancing with crappy pop music in the background.
She has an icy pole.
Oh, don't show my kids. They'll just be like, what?
Okay, so I need to top up some epics. So I'm going to go those first. Same as I did last season as well. So my epics are pretty sad because I just kept going for the ultimate chests, and I think like I've been getting better results with getting lots of major chests than I have with getting the 25, whatever it is that you can get of the ultimates. I really haven't had a lot of luck with ultimate chests.
I very rarely open the ultimate chests. I get the cheap ones and the middle ones. I very rarely get the ultimates.
Yeah, can't go wrong with epics. Yeah, you got a lot of Olivias.
5 Olivias, nice. And Night Reapers, two Night Reapers, 5 Olivias. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. All right, 119 left.
Major chests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few major chests just before 30 of them, and I got like a legendary, so yeah, it was cool. And then I got merits, so I have enough for 5 more packs. I just got 5 more Gladius packs.
Yeah, I like the merits from those middle chests. There's quite a lot of, you get quite a lot of chests, hence why I had so many Gladius packs to open.
Yeah. Is that where you've been getting all your merits from, Gio?
Always.
Yeah.
At least just each season, I'm maxing out ultimate and the middle one. Whatever you call them.
The majors.
Major, yeah.
Yeah, and I love the energy from the chest too, because it's another chance at glint, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I know you've spent glint to get it, but you know, like the cost, you get some of it back with the energy.
What was the legendary?
Oh, that's Griffey.
Is that a gold foil legendary?
I don't know. I have to wait till it. Yeah, it's so hard to tell the difference. I'll have to actually have
I
a
don't
look.
like that. It is hard. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you know what to look for, it's okay. But when they're just like popping open like that, no, it's just a regular.
It's regular.
Yeah, regular foil. All right. So one legendary, got a couple of epics, got some knights. What are those guys called?
Lots of energy. Lots of energy.
Knight Reaper. That's what I was trying to think of. I'm sure I saw a couple of Knight Reapers pop up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, a couple of Knight Reapers. So yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Do we know if the team are going to be putting in any more summoners that are soulbound, like reward cards? Because, you know, like with CL, they had, you know, I don't know, like it's just, there's no reward cards that are summoners. The only way you can get summoners is to buy them from the packs. I was just curious.
I'm pretty confident that's deliberate.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Want,
I totally.
If you want, if you want variety of cards, then you can earn them. But if you want variety of summoners, you've kind of got to buy them.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I have completely no understand. Well, I understand why they would do it, but I'm like, damn it, seriously. Yeah.
So I got 9 Gladius cases out of that.
Tidy. The good thing is Matt learns his lessons, right? So over the 6 years, there've been mistakes made, but every time a mistake's been made, he's incorporated that and then made sure he hasn't done that again.
Yeah.
Even things like the way the packs are distributed. So Rebellion was, okay, we're going to, every day, if we don't sell this many, we're going to burn this many. So we're going to know in advance when is the maximum, when is the last day that potentially these packs are going to be available for sale. And so just more stability there, a better way of matching demand to supply. And that took us a long time to get. How long did that take us to get there? It's like 5 years to work that out. But now that we've worked that out, you know, likewise things like the new player experience and things like collection power, we thought we needed that, then we moved away from that, and so leagues. You know, they weren't a thing, and then we did have leagues, and then you could move through them, and then you were locked to this one, and then, you know, so it's all been just this voyage of discovery. But I know that Yabba internalizes every lesson and learns from it, and then applies those lessons to the next step, and that's one of the reasons I'm so confident in the game.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's been so much stuff that's gone through, and everyone's, you know, like, there's always chitter chatter and whatever it is, and I'm like, you know what, like, I really appreciate why that's been done in that way. And, you know, a lot of the decisions might not necessarily have been good for me straight away or whatever it is. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I understand why that, you know, decision has been made. And like, I mean, the whole leagues thing, there's lots of, you know, to and fro and stuff about that. I get it. I understand why it would be useful. I understand why it's really bad. I understand why people are annoyed, but I also understand where the game is and, you know, like why that might be the decisions. You know what I mean? Like I get most of his decisions, even if they're not necessarily good for me at the time or whatever it is that, you know, there's I can see the reason behind a lot of those things.
So that gets... I'm still curious, Gia, how you managed to get so many Gladius cases. Is it,
the same way Sarah's doing it, from the major chest mostly.
Yeah.
I always said max.
I was just saying, I mean, after that, so I'm on 68 after opening those. You're on 89.
No, 94 now.
94.
94, yeah.
That can't all be luck. Like...
No, it's not. It's always, at least every season, maxing out your major chest.
Yeah.
There's no luck involved. Just
well, that's the
doing that.
point, because the last 2 episodes, this one and last week, I've gone for the epic cards. So, whereas normally I do the ultimate chests and then the major chests.
Oh,
So maybe
what
next
I do-
week.
Yeah.
Yep. No, go on. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Mate.
no, what do I do? So throughout the season, even though I'm low on glint, during just like the normal days where I'm not the end of season glint, but the other one, just everyday glint, when I build it up, I just like I'll get like a few major chests or like a few epic draws or something, you know? That's what I do, and then in the season glint, I'll just use that accordingly on the show or not, like
Yeah.
as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't spend any of my daily glints.
I do.
I save it all up for the end of season glints and then
Yeah.
spend it all together. So I've got a lump sum.
Well,
I
I
tend
like
to
to
do
keep
that too.
a bit busy throughout so the daily glints, like the glint I can spend whenever throughout within the season.
Yeah.
And then the season glint's like, we'll just start. So I'm always in the shop, right? I don't have to
Just
wait
need
that
your
long.
daily hit of glint.
Yeah.
That daily hit of glint.
Yeah. I'm always in the shop, you know?
Yeah. No, I like to do it all in one go, because then when I get all the cards, I can just sit there and go level up to level 6, level up to, I do it all in one go.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, and I'm always like combining now. I don't like check the levels anymore because it's soulbound. I'm just
I always check the levels.
Oh man, I
don't
can't
level
do
a
it
card.
anymore.
I don't
I
level
don't
a
care
card
anymore.
unless it goes to a level, because I can't handle that. And because when the new mode comes out, like the new mode, survival, whatever you might think about that, we're going to want, if you don't have a max card, it's a wasted card. So if it's not at a particular level, any of those extra bits that I don't know, I think it might just be worthwhile not combining. If you've only got 399 cards out of the 400, when we lose these reward cards and you don't want to buy that last one, then you've got however many, like 199 wasted cards that you could have had as singles for the new mode. Because I think they are going to put these in the new mode, didn't they? They not excluding rewards cards, from my understanding.
I would assume so.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident rewards cards will be fine in survival mode. I see no reason to exclude them.
I think I've seen that like that documentation about that. What I don't understand is, why is everyone not buying up all the summoners off the marketplace?
That's exactly what Jovac said last week as well. He says he can't believe there's still summoners in the marketplace. Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at the prices every day of these summoners, and occasionally I'm just like, $2 here, $2 there, whatever it is, and I'll just keep buying up a few summoners, and I'm just like, why are there still summoners?
Yeah, they're going to be a rarity when the new mode comes out.
Yeah. Because if you bugger up your team, there's a gazillion and one rewards cards that you're likely to have. But whether you've got those summoners or not to play them, I don't think so. So I don't know. I guess that's the tip for if you've managed to make it to the end of the the episode. I don't know. Maybe go buy the summoners. I don't know. Maybe we should go do that before the taxi comes.
I got no bank to drop, so
same. So maybe it's you and Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I actually felt.
If you.
Yeah, but like you say, it's a bonus for listening until the end of the show. I did actually feel bad. I think it was 2 weeks ago, Bob. You were talking about maybe loading up on Chaos Legion packs, and we're chatting away, and then I think it was the break, and I thought actually that was a good idea, and I went and bought like 150, and I thought I've just gone and undercut Bob.
I've got 101. 101 Chaos packs at the moment.
101. Nice.
Yeah. But
I think we've still got a few. I think we've got 600, because Chris SL's got like 500, and then the kids have each got like about 50 or so, and then I've got 150 or something on Hive, and then 50 in game or 40 in game, whatever you saw before. But still got a few.
Yeah, but I definitely want to pick up another 100. But yeah, just got some higher priorities at the moment that require my bank. Yeah,
I know.
I feel.
Hey, Ava.
Yeah, she's just behind, jumping around, dancing.
That's right. My kids are in the other room doing the same.
we're not going to have time for a battle now. We've got less than 3 minutes left on the clock. Time just flies when we get you on as a guest, Sarah. We need to see you back again.
Yeah, we need 3 parts, 4-part series.
No, you just need to tell me to shut up, Gio. You just need to go shh.
No, I like it. The less talking I have to do, the better.
That's why we have guests on the show, so we can have a break. Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely get a break because I talk too much.
All right. Anything to wrap up with? Anyone got anything they want to throw in before Zoom axes us?
Buy land, buy summoners.
Nice. I did throw out a post, a New Year's post from the chair account, which has spun up as a new account for whoever's the SPS DAO Foundation chairman at the time. So the other foundation members have the keys. So if I'm hit by a bus or something and we need to get somebody else in there, they'll just move on to the next chair. And rewards are powered up and just used to support, upvoting other punters. So yeah, it's not something I'm sort of taking any benefit from personally. So yeah, go check out the chair and give it a follow. That's the official. It does feel very old and stuffy of me. I feel like I should wear the jacket with the elbow patches. From the chairman's desk. I need a leather studded chair with yeah, that's the one. But yeah, it's good to just reach out and post that and shed some thoughts about the new year and the year of the rising middle class. So yeah, give it a look. Otherwise, no, I'm good. I'm all caught up for the week.
Gio, in the last minute, anything you want to throw in?
No, not much, man. I'm just gonna save up the glint and spend that.
Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing your test opening with the when you get up to 200.
Yeah, same. No, that's gonna be exciting. Move, Aiden.
So thanks for joining us on 156. Happy New Year to everyone out there. 2025. This is the year of the bull. This has to be the much anticipated bull run. I think great things ahead for us. We'll see you next week on 157. I'm Bob Fett. Peace out.